Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show, people. Man United podcast, Ballers at the Bridge podcast, talking that Tottenham talk podcast, the crossover between those three. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Of course, if you super chat people, we will get to your question as well. That's to make sure your question gets answered by Will Star all the best questions. Make sure you hit the like button on the video though. As soon as you land, make sure you hit that like button, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Big up to everyone listening on the audio platforms as well. Shout out to you. You lot are just as important as the live watchers on YouTube. Make sure you share this across all the socials though. Follow at Sarcasm City TV across all the socials. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. It is rolled to 8,000 subscribers here. So let's get us to 8,000 subscribers. We're currently at 7,871. So we're only for 4 more subscribers, but let's get the numbers up as well, people. And big up to everyone who's been locked into the kick. Obviously, we started that today, kicked that off today. No, what's the word I'm looking for? No pun intended. So yeah, obviously we did 2 watch-alongs on there, and we just did the boxing show as well because Smith Eubank Jr. 2 just went on as well. We got my guy Jez in the building. Jez, what are you telling me, fam? You good? Jez will be here shortly. Don't worry about that. It's all good.
I'm trying to, because it's this new update that I put to my laptop, bro. So everything is just so confused when I'm trying to connect my AirPods.
It's got
so yeah,
just
give me a second here.
Oh, good. Big up to Jesse as well in the chat, as always. Says Spurs are going to surprise the whole Premier League, but at the same time, they're destined to beat down. Yeah, we're going to discuss that. I will start at I've seen the question you just asked about Hoyland, Reguilon, and Amrabat. I know Amrabat can't start because he's not been registered. So let's see. Warrior J put in the Manchester United Champions League fixtures in there, the group stage fixtures as well. Surfer will be here shortly. Do not worry about that, people. Big up to my guy Zeno in the cut as well. A lot to discuss with these 3 football clubs as always. Obviously, with Manchester United, we got Arsenal away coming up technically today now. So Manchester United we're going to face Arsenal at the Emirates. You've got the news surrounding the ownership. Obviously, I don't know how reliable that source is. Amrabat has been signed. Reguilon's been signed. That's the other thing I was going to mention as well. Hoyland, he could potentially start. He has travelled in the squad in regards to Chelsea. A lot going on. Lost 1-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. So you know what it's like when Chelsea lose. Big fallout. People already questioning Poch. Is the criticism over the top? Is it justified? We will be discussing that. And then Spurs looking impressive under Ange Postecoglou. Obviously, they bounced back after their disappointing second round exit in the Carabao Cup, putting 5 past Burnley at Turf Moor. So I'm sure Jez will be talking about that as well. Hey, big up to Jacob in the cut. Says big up, Flawless. Okay. Hope you're well. Hey, large up to you. Yes, Jez. What you say, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. This new update, man, because I upgraded to Windows 11 because I was asking Ahmed if it's worth it. He said yes. Actually, it's worth it. It's just something completely new when it comes to connecting my AirPods, and it's just like I just still need to get used to that shit. But yeah, I don't know that. I'm good, man.
Calm. And we'll actually start. We'll go to your club question, Jez. Thoughts on Spurs beating Burnley 5-2, by the way. Rate the transfer market that Tottenham had. So 2 questions in one.
Okay, first the Burnley one. Actually, no, man. Let me do the transfer window because that was obviously because that ended first, didn't it? Would you say 6 is average or
6 is above average? I think 5's average. 5's average, 4 below average, 6 and 6 above average.
Give it a 6.
Okay, so above average window.
Just slightly above average because I think we did all the signings that we made. I think they all will have a part with us in the future, and I feel like all of them will contribute to their own roles. And I think I like all of them. I don't really have an issue with none of them. Some people have question marks with certain other questions. I don't really. Like again, Brendan Johnson came in on the transfer deadline. I don't have an issue with Brendan Johnson, but you actually consider he had 8 and 3 last season. That's actually decent for a Nottingham Forest player. And my issue only with him was his price tag. I feel like if you could have maybe put that down to 35, 30, I think that's perfect for a homegrown player in this market. But no, I feel like we needed him as well for his competition with Kulusevski because today he was looking like hot garbage today, I'll be honest. So, no, Kulusevski can't just sit there anymore thinking I can drop stinkers and still start. So, I think it's a good signing just for that alone. Um, yeah, the other signings we have already discussed over multiple streams, but so I don't gonna go all of them again. But I say again, all of them bring an instant impact by himself, other than Velis because and also Phillips as well. But both of them are young and they're probably gonna get integrated at some point this season. The reason why I give it just above average, so I give it a 6 only, is because one, the outgoings has been horrible. I feel like we should, especially if the guys that we had 1 year left, like Davinson Sanchez and Eric Dyer, like, I'm not actually gonna blast. Out of all the people, I'm not gonna blast Davinson Sanchez because I felt like he was ready to leave. I feel like it was the club who was holding out more money
Well,
instead of just selling him. Because him not leaving actually stopped us from getting another centre back, which was an issue because we have too many guys in the roster already. So, and again, guys like Højbjerg, they don't want to leave because he thinks he deserves to play for a big club. Um, Eric Dyer doesn't want to leave because he would rather stay and not play football and just take the money that he has than just and because he thinks he can get better options in terms of his sign-on fees and stuff as a free agent. But I was like, yo, just terminate this contract because we don't need guys like this at the club. And again, not included in the matchday squad. I don't even think he's gonna get registered to be honest. So, at this point,
Jesus.
so yeah, I feel like the outcomes has been just very bad. Like we only made 2 sales, I think. Like Tanganga left on a loan, but it's with obligation to buy to Ulster, so he's not coming back. And obviously Harry Winks went to Leicester, so yeah. I give it big up Surfer. Um, I give it I give it a 6 just because I felt like just above average because I felt like we needed so much more in depth. Like Madison gets injured, like Peter can tell me about Lo Celso. Lo Celso can be reborn. He's not Madison or anything close to him in my opinion. Like we saw it today, the class that the guy brings. The guy can play, in my opinion, average and still affect the game by just by
Well,
himself. So yeah, like and then Romero, we're gonna depend on either Davinson Sanchez or an 18-year-old from Blackburn. So the depth worries me a lot, to be honest. It worries me a lot. So yeah, I think above average. So yeah, Burnley game today. I couldn't watch the first game. The first half because I was actually outside and was on my way home. So I only catch the second half, but I did see what happened in the first half. And obviously, first goal, yeah, just Paul. Just this as good as this assist was, like you saw the best on the worst of Paul in just one game, where
well,
defensively there's always a chance of him getting cooked, even though I think he improved. But then you saw him with the assist today, which was a Burnley, by the way. I don't know how you leave Sun that open, by the way. Like it's not like Sun is some bad finisher. But anyways, like beautiful pass. Like if there was this is the one issue with Emerson, and even though I think he's better defensively than Paul, he wouldn't make that pass that he made to Sun today. So
got
it's
you.
one of them
It's
ones.
a
So,
it's one of them you have to weigh up the pros and the cons, right?
exactly with both of them. So it's one of them ones. But nah, I think I predicted the win anyway. I said 1-0. I was totally wrong because Sun felt like scoring goals. Everybody, Romero, fucking hell, what a finish that was.
Yeah, that was a baggy
Madison,
finish.
Madison, uh, he backed me for my FPL today. Like, bro, it's just scores everywhere. And ironically, when I kept saying that, move Son to the middle and play somebody else on the left wing and see
You
what
did say
happens.
this.
Let's try. Funny enough, Richardson, there was one game where he had 35 touches and he did fuck all. Son only had 27 touches all game, and he had a hat trick.
How many
Chelsea,
touches did he have all game? Say that again. How many?
Son.
No, how many touches did Son have?
I had 27.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's clinical.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like Richardson today, this Sean today makes him look very bad. But let's see if Son can continue that. I think we're playing Sheffield next. I expect to win until we go against Arsenal and Liverpool back to back. So that will be a very interesting couple of weeks after international break. So yeah, overall very happy. Windows kind of disappointing ending to be honest. And everybody all of a sudden doesn't care about the Fulham game anymore because we won today. And I said this, but if you beat Burnley, everybody's just gonna shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Everybody reactionary. Big up Surfer in the cut. He's in the building. Yes, Surf. What are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm hunky dory, man.
Yeah, man. Calm, man. It's good to see you. It's always good to see, even though like we was on clubs like, I don't know, just 2.5 hours ago or however long ago it was. You lot continue to get your questions in as well. Don't worry. Warrior J says, Surfer, thoughts on Chelsea losing to Forest? What do you think Pochettino needs to change during the international break? That's a good question, actually. Good question.
Ideas that Ben Shaw as a left winger, that would help. That's the main thing. It's not even Ben. It's not even on Ben Chilwell. It's not. He's not a left winger. You're asking him to do something he's not.
Is he not supposed to be a wing back, but he's just getting high up the pitch?
But the problem is when you play a left wing back, when you play it as a front three, you're supposed to get close to the other, at least the striker. He's literally, you know what you say on programs, chalk on your boots. He's literally that. He's starting runs from that deep. That's the problem. It's the equivalent of Eric Ten Hag asking Wan-Bissaka to play right wing.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wan-Bissaka would stick so close to that wing. I think I put it in the chat, or not the one of the group chats. Like there's a passing thing of how slanted our attacking is. It's so right-sided. It's ridiculous. And I just, people go, yeah, why are you playing five at the back? It's not. It's 4 at the back. Chilwell's playing left wing. I don't know why people don't get this. He is playing left wing as a left winger. So he needs to change that. I think he needs to pick a person who can play there, obviously, whether it's Mudryk, whether it's Maatsen. Just pick someone who's naturally like that.
You're just saying somebody else who's actually an actual left winger in profile.
Actual left winger, and actually's got who actually can, he's got the nous to actually do it. Go back to even a traditional back four. Drop a Disasi, drop a Thiago Silva. I don't know, just do that. That's what I would do. Play the 3 in midfield. It's very simple. Very, very simple. I will obviously I criticise him for his continued team selection of this the way it's set up. I do credit him a bit. He did make changes really early, like a few minutes after Forest scored. So he tried to do. He
tried to get back into it.
He put Palmer and Madueke on right away. He then put Mudryk and Maatsen on. He took off Gusto. He took off Gallagher,
Caicedo,
took off Caicedo. So he took off like defensive players and put attacking players on.
He did.
But that's the thing. I keep telling people, you should bully, you should challenge. That's fine, bro. But first of all, you don't rate any of our attackers, so why should we challenge in the begin with? And second of all, we can't because of this attack. It's young, it's new. It doesn't have enough goals in it. It doesn't have nous. Doesn't have enough. I'm gonna, one chance and that's it. Like Jackson had today when he hoofed it over the bar. That's what happens, and it's just. Listen, I think what everyone has to. I'm taking my own advice here. I'm just going. I'm not going to get gassed over any wins until I see like a consistent run. So like one win. If we beat Bournemouth, I'm not going to get gassed.
If you go beat Bournemouth 2-3, you're not going to be like, oh my God, we're back. We've turned the corner.
Go and lose like 3-1 to Villa the next week or something like. What's the point? Give me like 10. Give me consistent run of like 10 to 15 games where we are playing well and we're winning well and we haven't lost or something like that. I know it's hard, but for this team. So I just, I don't know what the expectations of this team change every game. It's it's like we did predictions and casually last night, and I placed Chelsea at 6. I was the lowest out of the guys in our group that placed. Everyone was going like top 4, and I was thinking, how we've just literally had debates leading up about how this formation limits us. And we haven't got enough attackers, and I remember we got one striker, but you've got them. So you got a third. I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. 6, I was being kind. I was being kind at 6 because I think that's literally what it is. And people, You spent $1 billion. Yeah, that's the easy thing to say. How did we spend $1 billion? Because
Did you spend it well?
But also, some of the billion we've spent on, we've also then sold. Do you know what I mean? Some of the people we spent $1 billion on are gone now. Do you know what I mean? Some of them billion is on people we sent out on loan and youth products, right?
Yeah.
Someone put a red earlier. I think read about 40% of it has been on the first team, and it still needs that striker. I mean, I'm reading stupid reports that we didn't go for Maddison because he's too old.
I take that with a pinch of salt.
It's like,
this is my thing because it's ironic because he played well today and Chelsea lost. So, and Matlow is kind of known. I know he's reliable for Chelsea, but then again, the guy it feels like the guy has a little agenda. I don't know what it is.
he was a mouthpiece. You know what I mean, like that. You know what I mean, stuff like that. But I just think it's just like. But today it's today what I really was just like we were good. You know, I don't know why Sanchez is getting a lot of heat today. He didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing he could have done for
them. I don't know what it is. Yeah. And Caicedo, the old Caicedo's at fault for another goal. Well, him and Gallagher lost the ball at the halfway line. Elanga still had half the pitch to run. No one talks about Thiago Silva being nutmegged in that on the way to the goal. Do you know what I mean? But Thiago Silva's built up a lot of credit, so you can't say that badly against Thiago Silva, right? Stuff like that, and that's probably an issue as well. I said this at the start of the season. I said, you know, need to. And I'm not saying he's played bad, but I do feel part of this is we are playing Thiago Silva to accommodate him because he's like experienced and stuff like that. It's like, well, I'm gonna have to move on someday. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just not working. And today he was slowing the ball down as well. The progression, the passing and stuff like that. It was so slow. It was back to last season and this season. Even in all the games, even the West Ham game, we were faster. We were more pressing with the passing and stuff like that. But even like getting up to now the penalty area, it was like, why? Who are you crossing it into? I mean, it's like
there was times the crosses went in and there was nowhere for there was nowhere. Yeah, I get you.
Like, all chip balls or little chip balls. It's like, well, there's no plan, right? You're just literally chipping it in there and hoping something happens, right? Because Matt Turner, we didn't test Matt. We had 2 shots on target all game. Matt Turner, that's probably one of Matt Turner's easiest games he's going to have.
Yeah,
we've literally. This is Forest are staying up because they beat us today. We've literally given them a bonus 3 points that they weren't expecting, right? We have. We've given it, and it's like, and this is a team that, you know, they bought as many players as us over the past two seasons.
They bought a hell of a lot of players,
and they didn't even play half their. You know, Sengare didn't play, Santos couldn't play against us, Kellen Hudson-Odoi, stuff like that, and it's just mad, and it's like, listen. I think it's going to be like that this season. In terms of, in my opinion, it's going to be more. It's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be like, well, hopefully, I'd like to win 3 games in a row, and I haven't seen that for a while. But it's going to be like that. I mean, and this is supposed to be an easier run of games as well. Unlike October, our October schedule is
you have. Yeah, go on, get to it, just get to it.
Yeah, this is from the 21st of October, so they got a run where they have to play Arsenal at home, but I'm saying Chelsea at home, but so it's Chelsea, Arsenal. Then on Saturday 28th is Chelsea, Brentford. Then November 4th is Tottenham away for Chelsea. Then it's Chelsea City at home at the Bridge. Then it's Newcastle, Chelsea away at St James Park. Then Chelsea play at home against Brighton, and then they play Manchester United away.
Jesus. Well, that United game's definitely a draw.
Oh yeah. You might as well pencil. You might as well just shake hands on the draw.
I'm not even going to count. I'm not even going to count the Man City game. That's a loss. Right there.
Loss for Man City. I hear you, man. Confidence. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? Jackson brace.
That's the only bright point. My FPL is smashing it this weekend. I had I've got Harden as captain and Madison as vice captain.
Hey, there you go, man. There you go. And speaking of FPL, if you want to join the Sarcasm City TV FPL League, let us know, and I'll drop the link in the chat, people. I'll drop the link in the chat. But go on, carry on, Seth.
That's where it now gets on. I'm not listening to a potch out thing. I think people who are potch out now were never potching to begin with, in my opinion. So, but the problem is, he's giving them more evidence. Like, this is 4 games in a row. This is 4 games, and I'm not saying Chilwell's played bad in every single game, but it's just not. It's just not the way the midfield is. There's no goals or anything coming from midfield. There may be slightly chances, but Enzo is not. Enzo's. I gotta say, Enzo is in the mould, and he's not like it. When anyone says anything, he's like Iniesta, right? Iniesta didn't get a lot of goals or assists, right? Did great dribbles. He did the pass before the pass, right? He set it up.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
He's an initiator of the game. Like, he's a control. He's supposed to be there to control.
Yeah, he's the controller. He's the controller. Yeah. That's what he is. So it's not coming from there. That's why it's like, okay, so if we're not getting it from there, at least get someone out on the left who knows what they're doing. Ben Chilwell, he doesn't have that in it.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, oh, what did Woodrick do? He got 9 minutes. What do you want him to do in 9 minutes? Yeah? It's like, sink or swim. Give him the next 5 games, starting. We'll see what he does. Sink or swim.
Yeah, you're saying give him opportunity. Yeah,
and it's like, Madueke, we've got to get Madueke into the team. Bro, he got brushed off the ball so easily because he has to come back on his left foot because he plays right wing. I'm so sick of this, man. Just stick him on the left wing if he's that easy to brush off the ball. He's left-footed. Just stick him there.
But you know what the issue is with that one, Sofa? And I actually, because I remember Oliver at most casually. Shout out to Casually FC, by the way, as well. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Casually FC. Yes.
He was bringing up the same point, and I was talking about it. Madueke on the left, for me, is like, even though he's left-footed, and technically it should be comfortable for him to just run on the touchline and trying to go and beat his man on the outside on that side. The issue is, for him, it's completely unnatural to play on that side because his muscle memory wants him to cut in, but because he can't cut in from the left because he's not good on his right, it's hard on him. And I actually saw him a couple of games on the left, not only for England but also a couple of times with PSV when he was still there, and he is not good. And this is the issue that I have with these new age wingers. They can't play on the opposite side, and I don't get it.
No, they can't. That's on them developing their game. Before you go though, Surfer. Hey, there's over 110 people watching right now. Large up everyone that's locked in. Always do good numbers on the show, so you lot clearly enjoy it. But let's bump up the likes. How are we only at 39 likes and there's over 110 people in here? Let's go 80 likes, people. Like check 1212. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, hit the like button because you lot are clearly enjoying the content. So let's hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. Get your questions in. Get your questions in, people. Please just keep it Manchester United, Chelsea, or Spurs related. And of course, if you super chat, we'll get straight to your comment or question as well. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. And nobody spam the same comment. If I see people spamming the same comment, you will get blocked. So there's no need to spam the same comment. Go on, carry on, Seth.
It's like, so what are you going to do in this system? Are you going to have wingers or these inside forwards? Because that's the difference, right? To me, Sterling's not a winger anymore. He's like an inside forward, right? So in that case, then you'd get another inside forward on the left. Have the midfield you'd have, and then let the left back and the right back bomb on. That's another thing as well. Why do I have to wait for Reece James to come back? Why do I have to rely on a right back for this team to get better?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've seen that on the timeline today.
Yeah, I understand if it's a striker, no problem. It's like, I mean, I didn't have to rely on Ivanovic. If Ivanovic got injured or Aspilicueta got injured in like in the glory days, it's like I didn't have to rely on it because I had bloody Warriors, to get me out. To get me out. So even like in the later days with Hazard and stuff like that, it's like I shouldn't have to have my club be in that position. And this isn't this isn't on the ownership at all. They've done what the ownership have done with their job. Okay, they bought players in. Okay, it's now up to Poch to do something. But I honestly think it's just so simple just to put, at least try it, just to put someone on the left who knows what they're doing. Play a traditional
left winger. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Play a traditional back four, whether that's Cucurella or Chilwell at defense. And someone go, well, yeah, Chilwell and Cucurella aren't that great defensively. Okay, we'll have them more attacking and have just so more as a going line.
But can I ask? Do you think he just doesn't trust any of your left back to be actually playing in a traditional back, or even including?
I honestly do, because he hasn't played Maatsen as a left back at all, right? In pre-season or in the League Cup or when he's come on, like today, he wasn't left back. Cucurella hasn't seen any minutes in the Premier League and just started the League Cup. And he plays Chilwell at left wing. So yeah, I do. I don't think he trusts any left backs. If that's the case, then he should have demanded a left back this summer.
Go on, one sec. Carry on.
He should have demanded a left back this summer. And it's just at a point where he needs to.
He has to work it out with the players, not the us.
Yeah. I mean, Gunners 88 but there's no excuse for Pochettino, by the way, and got worse squad than Chelsea, and look how Spurs are playing. Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. And I agree with you. He's playing very well. He's putting together a less time, but I don't think it's going to be that hard. Like I said, just a couple of adjustments here and there, and I think we'd be good. But yeah, I would really be worried coming back from international break and I see that same lineup against Bournemouth. Then it'll be full, and there's a negative result. Yeah, that'd be something to read about. Like people are already meltdown already, but that's just
this issue. But like a lot of Chelsea fans already hated him when he came in. That's also another issue.
Yeah. It's not the issue it's not the issue about Poch at the moment. It was always an issue with Poch. They said we upgraded from Havertz and Mel.
Hey, some people just gotta ignore them. You know what I'm saying? Don't even entertain. Some people just want attention, man. Sometimes you just gotta let people, when they be in Ryan's, just ignore them, innit? 100% like it is. Hey, big up Zeno. I seen you. I said that before, so big up to you. But I know a lot of people are talking about it, so I'll get to it in regards to this report that came out. So Jack says fans are to blame if Glazers stay. They are funding the Glazers' pockets by buying merch and going to games. The other thing is with that, it's not match go. Manchester United make nowhere near the same amount of money from match goers as they do worldwide. Match goers are select few. And put it this way, I've been to enough matches to know people who are buying merch and in the mega stores are not the season ticket holders. They're not the regulars. They're the tourists. But even aside from that, let's say all 80,000, let's say all 80,000 people, all United fans, go to the mega store each home game and buy stuff. That is nowhere, just that day alone, that one match alone, worldwide, Manchester United probably make more than quadruple that in terms of worldwide. Manchester United are a global franchise in terms of that. So just so that one megastore at the ground is not making the same as, I'll even go even one further. It's not even making more than the entire UK. Not even UK, entire England. You can get Manchester United merch pretty much anywhere in England. Never mind if you start including Scotland, Wales, Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the rest of Europe, Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, the list goes on.
America.
So in regards to that, like America, the list goes on. North America, South America. So in regards to fans, yes, fans will spend, but a lot of fans don't know what's going on. You talk to a fan from, say, maybe a young fans from Korea. They ain't really too tuned into exactly what's going on like that. They may just be fans of Manchester United for whatever reason and following it. The problem Manchester United have is we have too much of a fan base to listen to one person. There's not one person we all trust as a fan base collectively. To have a movement, there needs to be one head of the organization we all trust, and there isn't that. That's the problem. So if the Glazers do stay, is it on the fans? Yes, but so be it. Like this just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like in the ideal world, yes. It's kind of like not. It's nowhere near as serious, but it's kind of like when they had the bus boycott in Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, this is taking it way back to like around slavery times, or just after that, I believe it was. And
I was still
black people could only sit at the back of the bus. So you know what black people did? Walked everywhere, no matter how much it was. Walked everywhere until they had to change the rules. But that wouldn't have worked if there was 10% of black people are like, nah, we still getting the bus. That's just what it is. And obviously, that's a much serious situation, but that's the only analogy I can use that I think is accurate to it. Yeah, go on, sir.
You said it before, and you were actually at the protest that stopped the Liverpool game.
Mm-hmm,
So I know you were there. But that's the problem, right? It's stop-start protest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's when to choose to. Oh, we'll protest if it suits us at this date. It's like that's the thing with protests. It's supposed to be awkward, right? It's supposed to be stand out. It's supposed to be continuous, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's now. I Glazer's out, but we need that DM Amrabat. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
exactly.
There's no like. I don't care if they get me Amrabat. I want these guys out, and we're going to protest every single day. We're going to protest outside every game. You know what? We should try and get every game stopped. That's what we.
That's
should
it.
do.
Yes. See.
Every game should be stopped.
Yeah. And that's what it is. I've said it before. I say it again. I don't think our fan base is as serious about it as they want to. Nope. Big up to Vin as well in the chat. Also, I'm saying quality DM on clubs. Big up Vin. But our fan base is Manchester. And when I say that, I'm saying globally, because when Saeed set up that first protest, and then there was the second one, I thought we're onto something, and then we signed. It might have been Ronaldo, or it might have been
Bruno. We signed Ronaldo.
We signed Ronaldo, and then everybody forgets about it and starts buying Ronaldo shirts. I'm like, ain't serious.
Queues outside the megastore.
Yeah, we just ain't serious. And that wasn't. And don't get mistaken, that wasn't season ticket holders, people. No. Like that wasn't. That's what the issue is.
It's just sometimes you gotta understand. Like it's just sometimes tourists as well. Like
yes,
like people fly out from Korea. Do you know how long it takes from Korea to Tottenham? Facts. Just to watch Sun. Like, come on, bro. Like, we could be playing Burnley and they don't give a shit.
It's just matter. It's like, I want Glazers out, but we need that striker, goalkeeper, DM, another midfielder. But Glazers out. Oh yeah. If you win tomorrow, is it still Glazers out? Will I hear that? Probably not. If you lose tomorrow.
Because like the thing is, people will criticize match going fans, but they was on this from a long time. You know how I know I was there when we was three-peating and winning the Champions Leagues. Go look at the crowd. There's gold and green scarves. You know how I know? Because I was there with a gold and green scarf in 08. Like, so I know these things. Like I'm fully aware of what it is, but again, because we was being successful, it's not as looked upon. So when people say, "Oh, it's only good," like. Not enough people want to do it often enough. That like Surface said, the aim should be now we're getting every game cancelled.
Yeah.
No games are getting played at Old Trafford, even if we have to forfeit the season. It has to be something as radical as that for them to go, oh shit. Like that's what it cut off the water. That's what if you really want, but our fan base ain't serious like that.
Destroy the stadium with that.
Yeah, like it takes something serious like that. But go on.
If we protest, we won't get into Champions League.
Yeah, that type of thing.
See, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like for me, and I remember we had this conversation. I think on a Q&A when I think Eddie was asking me about why Spurs fans are not as serious about getting Levy out. Trust me, there's a lot of Spurs fans who want to get Levy out, but at the same time, fans are just not that serious because in any ways, whatever the reason is because. They don't want to put the energy. Do you know what exhausting it is every day? At some point, I was one of the fans who was on Twitter putting hashtag Levy out. But then I started realizing, this is a billionaire. We're not going to get him out of there with a hashtag. So I was like, you know what? I give it up. I can't be asked. Like, yes, I hate Levy. If he leaves, I would be happy as hell. But in the end of the day, for me, like, it's not worth it to fight against a billionaire.
It's like you go, so you're willing to give up your season ticket? Yeah, but I like where I sit and then I have to go
Yeah,
on the
bro.
register.
It's
It's like
just so hard to find
£40.
normal tickets here. Hey,
Yeah, no,
what the
but
hell is all that?
I could do my protesting in the stadium. What, just one guy? You're going to be heard unless you're in a section that has like 10,000 and you all agree to do it at the same time. Then what's the point? That's the thing. If you really truly wanted them out, you would sacrifice. And you know what? You'd be sort of a martyr thing, but at least you'd be recognised. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I shouldn't have to give up my season ticket to protest. Okay, well then shut up. You know what I mean?
And this is why I don't complain about it, because I understand that me, one person, because everyone's not on the same page. Because like someone said in the chat, the fan base is divided anyway. It's like, if they do indeed leave and sell, it's going because of they get a big bid from a Sheikh Jassim or a billionaire. Big up to AJ though, who says, morning from Melbourne, gentlemen. Listen to the show during my morning run. Hey, big up, man, every single time. Large up. Yeah. Danji, that's not the Vin, so don't worry about it. You're a regular here, and that's my guy Vin. So no, it's not the same Vin you're thinking of. It's a different Vin. So relax, my guy. But the reason why I mentioned obviously the Glazers, the Glazers, because of the report that came out that stated, again, don't know how reliable the mail sport is, but people gonna run with it. Source not reliable. Qatar will take us, says I'm not sure about the latter part of it. In regards to the first part, I don't know how reliable the source is. If somebody could let me know, then
it's not really. I think Ben Jacobs came out and said something like, "Nothing's really much changed," but like a no sell is one of the options.
Yeah, so basically, what we knew 24 hours before.
It's like the whole
what we
the
knew
same
about what we knew about, like, was it nearly 2 months now since 2 months since that whole thing that was released on like a Monday night, and it definitely Qatar on it, and they had to backtrack and
or the report that came out I think 2 weeks ago or something. But Berbataz put in the group chat that mid October Qatar should be in, and I told him,
that's right, yeah.
And it was from the Sun, and I saw the Sun cap, like the Sun is just awful in it. But like I said,
Sun.
wait
Didn't
till
they
the official.
do the fake shake stories? The Sun, was that someone else?
So until David Ornstein or Manchester United Football Club Twitter account tweets, "We're staying" or "We're leaving," I don't believe any of these stories. Wherever it's for pro United or anti United, they're like, I don't care, bro. Like this is not worth trying to stress about. And I know people are stressing about on Spaces or on YouTube 100%. Right now.
That's why I don't, especially from Daily Sport. I'm like, are you a reliable sport? So Ed says, sick to my stomach reading that those scum are staying at least till 2025. Doesn't matter whether our window was a 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. As long as those parasites stay, we'll never get to where we want to be. I do agree with you in regards to they are a big hindrance. However, they take everything, like I said, all reports with a pinch of salt if they're not from a reliable source. Now, if it was Manchester United Football Club who had said that, if one of the Glazers had made a statement saying that, if Sheikh Jassim had made a statement saying that, if Ornstein or Fabrizio Romano had come out stating something, then I go, all right, this is reliable enough. I'm not taking a Daily Sport or the Sun or the Mirror or someone with 5,000 followers on Twitter. Yeah, or 10,000 followers on Instagram. Like I even seen a report today, just like irony, as I was scrolling through just before I came on the show. Well, actually, as I was on the show, because what was the report saying? Oh yeah, Sheikh Jassim's preferred two clubs to take over at Liverpool and Arsenal. I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, sure. But you know what the crazy part is, though, sir? For people gonna believe it. Like clockwork. What's the obvious thing to do? All right, so he's not buying United. All right, let's link him to Arsenal and Liverpool.
This is the thing, right? If you believe that, Kroenke, the Kroenkes own Arsenal, right? But Kroenke's wife's family own Walmart and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're rich. Cam's always talking about how rich they are. Yeah,
they've got a ranch that's bigger than or nearly the size of the UK, right, in Texas or something like that, right? It's a huge place. These guys. They don't need the money. They use Arsenal as an insurance policy, really, to fund their American teams. And Liverpool, well, I don't know. I know FSG would sell, but I don't know. But that account's so stinky, man.
So just relax. Like I said, I wait for until a reliable source says everything, whether that's a transfer rumor or whether it's something like this. Because I've been hearing news. I've been getting asked and seeing reports and quotes in the comment section, and we're nowhere near We haven't moved off. We know as much now as we did initially. When we initially were put up for sale in whether it was October, November, you know what I'm saying, 2022, we know nothing more. There's no new information. There's been no new concrete information reported. It doesn't mean there hasn't been breakthroughs and things haven't happened behind the scenes, but I'm talking about publicly. There's been nothing. Glazers have said nothing. Sheikh Jassim has said nothing. Nobody close to that situation has said anything. No reliable source has said anything publicly. Like I keep saying, people are always guessing. That's why I just take it with a pinch of salt until I see something. So I'm legit just on a wait and see thing. A big up to Jacob says, "Oh damn, did I just get my Sarcasm City club jacket?" Yeah, man, you know I'm mud because Black Diamond mentioned it, and I was like, I thought you was mudded already. So yeah, you're a mud now, Jacob. So big up to you. Paul says, "Flawless, you think Ten Hag persists with Mount in midfield instead of an Amrabat and Casemiro pivot? He now has options. I think away from home, he definitely goes with Casemiro, Amrabat. Then it's one of Mount or Bruno. So I think away from home, both of those play. At home, it might be a different case scenario. Like, for instance, Amrabat's not available for this game against Arsenal today. But don't get mistaken. If he was available, he's playing. He's definitely. When we go away to, let's say we go away to the bridge, whenever we go there, it's Casemiro and Amrabat in the midfield. When we go away to Anfield, when we go away to Etihad, it's definitely those two and one other, which is why I like the signing. Yeah. But I hope he persists with it. That should be first choice. They should be the first two in that midfield. Personally, I'd go Amrabat, Casemiro, Ericsson, but that's just me. I would go with those three. That's the one that's the three I would go with, but that's just me. Yeah, go on.
The issue that Man United fans should be worried about is this Mount signing for Ten Hag seems like a long-term project.
Yeah, fuck.
He's been eyeing this Mount up since Mount was playing for Vitesse in like 17-18 season. Oh. So we're talking six years, right? And he's made it. He was his first signing this summer. They persisted and you persisted and persisted. We're gonna walk away. No, you didn't walk away whatsoever. Do you know what I mean?
You walk away.
You got him. You got him. You gave him the number 7 shirt and everything like that. It's the same thing with Arteta and Havertz, by the way. This is a vanity signing. This is an ego-driven signing.
Yeah, I think Amrabat, that's what it is.
I think Ten Hag wanted another DM. I don't think he cares who it was. Amrabat's just there like that. It's a load of now. I hope he doesn't do what Arsenal do and start playing Amrabat or Casemiro at right back or something like that. You know, trying to invert.
Hey, you know what? With our right back situation, if Amrabat plays there, I'd be like, give it a go. He might be our best right back. Yeah, all right. Evil. You know what I'm saying? Evil. You can't do any worse than the fullbacks we've got. But go on, Kyle.
It's going to be fast. I swear to I swear to God, if I see Mount on the wing, and so many Man United fans who liked the Mount signing said we misprofiled him, I'm gonna laugh my head off, bro. I am gonna laugh my head off. We misprofiled him. There's an unbelievable. I don't think he drops Bruno unless he's injured.
Yeah.
No, I can see him shift. I can see him playing Mount or Bruno.
I mean, Bruno will play wide.
Yeah, I can see because he did that last season, and like I said, in big games, I don't mind it. I really have an issue with that in big games.
The problem if you play Bruno wide, you have to have a right back that overlaps, and you don't have that much. And Dalot does a little bit.
Yeah, no. That's if you're like dominating. I'm talking more so away from home. Like our fullback's not getting forward. Our fullback's not getting forward. Like say for instance, away at Anfield. I don't need Wan-Bissaka getting forward.
Yeah, it's no point.
If we're away at that, like, and even at home actually, because he did that against City. Like I always say, that's one of Bruno's best games outside of scoring the goal, scoring. I believe he scored it. Yeah, he scored the equalizer in that game. He played very well. He played very, very well playing wide right. You're there to be a spoiler. Like forget. I don't need you on. I just need you getting in the way, being disruptive, which he does very, very well. Like that's him at his very best to me. And then obviously you got the goal as well. But Mount is awful. But yeah, to answer your question, Paul, I'm not sure. I'm just glad that the manager now has options. And with the Mount injury, I think he'll stumble across the right thing. I actually like the vast majority of our midfield options. Go on.
Who do you think sits more out of Amrabat and Casemiro?
They both seem to be. Obviously, this is very with Amrabat. It's not a lot, but Amrabat looks like he's good going. From what I've seen, he's good going forward. Casemiro's already proved he's good going forward. Maybe they alternate. Maybe they alternate. One sits, one goes. Maybe it's an alternate thing. That's what it is. Big up out of context, Sarcasm City. I see you as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. I know there's more. Warrior J says, Jez, thoughts on Adogi, rate his recent performances.
Quickly before I actually answer the question, there was something I saw earlier from Jacob, and I literally had it on the side. Where he said, we done so much business at this point. Let's just try offload more in January and really let it all go next summer. In my fault, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Thing like I actually had this conversation before. Like, if Luis does stay, which is weird because he's rejected moves for whatever reasons, him, Perisic, Dyer, and Sanchez all gonna leave on the free. That's 4 players gone. So I don't really care if we get money for them. It's just a shame that we couldn't get them out of here, so we could at least get some depth in. But I'm not too worried about it.
You need a centre back.
Exactly, but couldn't get them out on us. It's one of
even in January, if it's just on loan for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I would take it too. But the issue is we have just too many players here. We have just too many. We have to get out. We have to get out of here.
You do, yeah. You do have too many players, and also like everyone's going. Well, Bentancur will be back. You have no idea what Bentancur.
Yeah, this is my. I
think he's a good player. I slightly think Spurs fans overrate him a bit. But
it depends who you talk to. I think
he's goodish. No, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying the way Spurs fans talk about him. You think talking about De Bruyne coming back. Do you know what I mean? And it's like
I think you know what it is. I think it's more so that you look at him and you look at. It's ironic. Skip and Højbjerg. I call him Skipberg. Come on.
He was on the bench today, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the bench today. Yeah, and both of them come on, and we concede a goal immediately. Just saying. But yeah. Anyways, let me go to the Warriors because I want to make sure I at least can say that to Jacob.
If I haven't missed any questions, man, get to him. Don't worry about it.
I've got Adogi in my fantasy teams, both draw.
Oh yeah, by the way, people put him in there. People, he's only 4.6 mil.
Yeah, is this Adogi?
Adogi, yeah, 4.6 mil. And
I tell him, because my sister be hitting me up all the time in regards to a fantasy league team, so I tell her.
I tell her in it January because it'll shoot up past 5.
Yeah, I'll send her a message and tell her.
Yeah, but his performances. I'll be real. I thought he was going to come in and do well straight away, but I didn't expect this because I've been watching him on loan last year for so long, and Paratici, like for me, that is the best signing that Paratici has made, in my opinion, because he wasn't here for the Madison deal actually. So the best deal for me, like he has not only the physical capabilities to be a Premier League fullback, but he also has the defensive capabilities and the offensive capabilities as well. Like he's all around it. Like I'll be real, and I think you guys know like Fuad and Tappentov like the Spurs show, and they're talking about how you shouldn't be surprised that Adogi at some point actually leaves our club because somebody else comes in for him, and I wouldn't be surprised. Do I think Levy would ever sell? No, but the guy. It's not in 2025. No, not in 2025. In 5 years' time, the guy's 25. So,
yes.
Is he only 20?
He's only 20.
Yeah, he's only 20. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I
So
didn't know his age.
Yeah, like just such a good player, and I just can't believe he's actually adapted so quick to it as well. And Van der Ven, he's also adapted very quick. Like the fact that them two, with all the capabilities that they have on that left hand side. It's just such a plus to even for the right hand side with Romero and whoever plays on the right, because it finally looks like we actually got like a back line. It actually looks like it, like compared to the last 3 seasons. So yeah, man, very happy about that signing.
Yeah,
only if 50 million is small. Like I remember we had to send him because I was thinking, low-key we shouldn't sign him because we have to send him on loan because we need a player now. But
Udinese, right? Am I right?
Yeah, Udinese, because I remember because Juventus and Inter Milan were in for him, but he chose us because he wanted to be in England.
Yeah, and also those guys they're so cheap. They probably went on loan for 2 years and then pay 5 million 3 years after that. You know?
That also for sure.
Yes.
It is. Let me get to. I know there's a couple of things people have mentioned as well. Let me get to them. I will get to them, people. Don't worry. Big up to Jesse, who says, Flawless, you expect Hoyland, Regular, and Amrabat to start tomorrow. Obviously, Amrabat can't because he didn't get registered in time. Hoyland, I think it'd be foolish to start him. I'd rather see him off the bench because there's no way he's up to speed. So even let's say he's got half an hour like worth of fitness, bring him off the bench. Whether we're winning, whether we're losing, you want that off the bench. And I genuinely believe, I don't know why I got this hunch, if he comes off the bench, he'll score. I don't know what it is. His profile. Like I just think with his profile that he's gonna bag in this game. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying we win the game because I don't think we actually win the game.
Well, that's the Manchester United.
I said 1-1.
That's the Manchester United fan in you right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. You seeing it is rare. This is a rare moment. This is a very rare moment. This is a straight Manchester United fan. This is the Nero thing. It's this, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the badge.
It's the badge. It's the badge in it. That's what it is. It's the badge. That's what it is. It's the badge. That's what it is. You're seeing it right now.
You know what it is? It's no logic. No logic whatsoever.
Fuck all logic.
Against Arsenal as well. And wait.
We haven't won there for 6 years. You've got no players. You got no players.
He hasn't even played the game yet.
He hasn't played the game, people. I've never watched him play a full 90 minutes, but I'm letting you lot know it's honesty that is just straight a hunch. You know what I'm saying? And I said not even a winner. I just think he's gonna score. This is just straight hope. See, I don't lie to you lot. I'm a lot of things. One thing I'm not about is a liar, people. I'm super honest. When I tell you, it's not based in anything logical or anything reasonable. Just said it's just a hunch. It's the badge. That's what it is.
Frost has given himself up. He said he scored. Doesn't mean you'll win.
We ain't winning the game. No. I think we draw. I think you'll come on and get the equalizer. I think we draw 1-1. I think Arsenal take the lead and then we draw 1.
The mystique builds, Jez. The mystique builds for 2 weeks. This guy, he had 20 minutes and he came on. And
exactly. Like, the funny part as well is who's going to be the commentator as well? What's his name again?
Peter Drury.
Yeah, he's going to be him as well. The commentator.
It's beautiful.
Oh, the Scandinavian from Italy.
Yeah.
He has arrived at Manchester United.
It's just straight. Yeah, it's just straight. Yeah, it's just straight hope. That's what it is. But I let you lot know because he's all I got left. Like I already like kind of have an idea of what I'm gonna get, and I think he'll be impactful. But I'm just tired of these attackers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of these attackers. Give me just a half decent competition.
Let me tell you this right now. I really want you to listen to. See if you can listen to the away fans. If Hoyland does something that's normal to other players, but not to your forwards, like just pass it or cross it real good. Let's see how loud the cheer is like that. Do you know what I mean? That's how starving. Jez, you wouldn't understand this because you had Kane. So you know what I mean? It's like
it's how starving we are for centre forward who's half decent.
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, I kind of understand it because I had to watch Richarlison for 2 games.
No, but
and today, go. Carry on.
No, but see, on Casually last night, we did flops as well, and I put Hoyland down as a flop, but not because I don't rate him. I've never watched him. Yeah. And he's come here injured, right? And the pressure on this guy.
The pressure's high, man. I'm here saying, debut goal away at the Emirates, fam. I'm saying.
As a folk hero, you got knee slide, doing Jesse Lingard dance, Jesse doing as doing the Rashford thing at the same time. That's what Flawless is. He's gonna do some scary Canadian type shit like Haaland. If he does those,
popping on as well.
Those celebrations, he probably do his back in again. That's the problem with this.
Oh yeah, probably. You know what? Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like I got to be honest with you. It's like I've never seen him play. Can I say this? Not even Atalanta fans watch them play. Really, who watches them? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's one of those, and I'll be fascinated when he tries to when Bruno creates one of those big chances again. You know what I mean, like that. See how he reacts to something like that. But listen, man. I mean,
And just to clarify to people in the chat as well, I am not confident going into this game. Don't get mistaken. Because Danish Maldini said, you getting battered. I'm not even disputing that. You think I'd be shocked if we lose 3-4-1? 3-4-0? Absolutely not. No. Nothing surprises me. I know what this team's like, in particular away from home.
But
I'm
by
not
the
sat here
way-
with any confidence whatsoever. The best
By
we
the-
can get, the best result I think we can get is a draw. Go on.
By the way, this game pressure is all on Arsenal. I can't believe what I'm about
True.
to say. This is a free hit for Man United. I'll tell you why, in my opinion. Your
Go on.
injuries,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The players that you can't register, like Amrabat, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that Arsenal are, improved. If they don't beat you comfortably by at least 2 goals, yeah, then that's not good on them. If you draw, if they draw to you, that's a victory for you.
Absolutely.
And if they only beat you by like 1-0 or something, and it's a close game, that's still to me not
Still a
good
moral
towards
victory for
Arsenal.
us.
No, yeah, it's not. And if you win, my God,
Don't let us win.
Don't let
You
them
know-
win. Don't let you win. Don't let them win because
Don't let me win.
Now,
Like
you've
no
got
one's
2
getting a
weeks.
word in. No one's getting a
Arsenal
word
got
in Edgewage on any
2
shows.
weeks.
I mean, if we
They've
beat
got to
them,
listen to that for 2 weeks.
yeah, no
Well,
one's
you know
one's getting a word in Edgeways on any show.
And
Man,
just
if we
the
win.
way City have started, this I'm even going to say it right now. This is a must-win game for Arsenal tomorrow.
First, especially after
the
that
way
Fulham
City-
game as well.
City aren't even playing well. They're not even playing well, and they've had their best start since the Centurion season. They're not even playing, not even got into gear yet. And they're 12. Haaland's got 6 goals already in the league or something like that, and they're 12 from 12. And they're not even played Nunes. They didn't play Grealish today. They've got De Bruyne out. Their Vardy was on the bench. This is, and Pep wasn't even in the stadium. He's been gone the last 2 games. So
you
Arsenal must win this. They must win this, and they're not playing well, but they must win it. Swear to God, don't let United get any points tomorrow, Arsenal fans. It's,
Don't. And yeah, just to clarify again to people, like Warrior J said, it flawless would be shocked if we absolutely. I'd be super shocked. I'd be shocked if we get a draw. I'd be like, I just don't trust this team. I look at it and I go with the players who are out. If we had a fully fit squad to choose from, I'm like, all right, cool, but we don't. Amrabat's not available. Take Varane out of the mix. There isn't really much else. I'm interested. I'd be very interested to see how Ten Hag sets up because I don't really know. Someone did ask that earlier. I don't know. I don't know what he decides to go with.
Question: Can Regan play?
Yes,
Presume so.
He can
Yeah.
It's
Presume so. I don't expect to see him though.
Yeah,
So
it's what I'm saying. Like, I just saying that I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see if he's actually gonna play him.
Oh wait, do you think Lindelof starts?
Yeah, I think
Has to,
because he likes Lindelof. And the thing is, I don't mind Lind as a deputy. I don't mind Lindelof.
Yeah.
And to our context, who says trust the manager? Are you talking about Ten Hag in regards to? I trust him. Yeah, I trust Ten Hag. It's not Ten Hag I don't trust. That's because more often than not, I agree with his setups. More often than not, I agree with his setups. There's the occasional one, but I did that with Sir Alex Ferguson all the time, where I'd be like, yo, what is this setup? Why is such and such playing out? Why have you gone with that formation? And then all of a sudden we win the game. So it's like that's why he's one of the goats.
Like he just dropping like a Phil Neville out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm like what?
Midfield.
How the hell have we got Phil Neville playing in midfield? Or John O'Shea playing in midfield? He's playing midfield.
John O'Shea out on the wing or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, what?
Them ones in a 4-4-2. And I'm like, this don't make no type of sense. Or play no strikers and he'd have gigs up top. Like, what you doing?
Parker hadn't been playing for the last month, just dropped in there. It's just, it's just one of those. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know if Ten Hag is going to do that or even thinks about doing that. But
see, I said this. I did not know this. Let me get to this. Because Manav's just said Sancho's not in the squad. Sancho and McTominay are out. They're not with the travelling squad. I thought McTominay would have played some part. Why are they out?
Who
Why they out?
I presume it's injuries, all right?
So who the hell are we playing it? So literally the midfield will be Casemiro, Bruno,
Eriksen.
Yeah, it has to be them 3.
Has to be right.
Eriksen,
Yeah, because there's no one else.
Who's your
Donny van de Beek's the only other one, and he could be good. He could be on his way out. So he has to play those. He has to play those 3 because Amrabat's unavailable, McTominay's unavailable, Mount's unavailable. Yeah, so you have to go with those 3. And so someone who said,
so it's going to be. Is he going to play Martial top then or Rashford again?
Say again.
Is he going to play Martial top or Rashford?
Probably Martial. He'll probably go Martial, Sancho, Anthony. No,
Yeah,
sorry, Martial, Rashford, Anthony. Sorry, I see him go with that as the front 3. I prefer to see Sancho play down the middle, but he's gonna play. He's gonna play Martial. I prefer Sancho though.
But even then, he's saying that Sancho's not going to be in the squad.
Oh yeah,
But
shit. No Sancho. Yeah, facts.
Speaking of Rashford playing, I was hoping to see him destroy Partey, but apparently Partey is
Yeah,
confused.
Partey's out. Yeah.
Is he out? You know what makes me weird about this, right? It's the Ghanaian FA who've announced he's going to be out for months. Nothing's come out from Arsenal at all.
That's
like
crazy.
24 hours. Nothing.
Unless I don't know.
It's so weird.
Unless Arsenal,
they would have said something by now.
Unless Arsenal got them to just bluff it. So yeah, here we go. Party is in the squad. Like, and I told the flawless earlier. I don't need this nonsense because we got a qualified game that we have to play to get to AFCON. So I don't need this.
I know it's very weird that the National FA would come out and nothing's been said from the club in like 24 hours, either to refute it or say, well, actually, no, we're still doing something. We're still doing tests or something, or he may have picked up a knock. It's very, I think there's like, what's his name? Noble Armo said Partey was in training. Yeah, I've heard that. Someone said, a lot of how old are the pictures? You know what I mean? So, I have no idea. It's such a weird story. Pop out a Ghanaian FA would come out by themselves to announce this. It's so weird. So if he plays tomorrow, what the hell happens then? Why did the Ghanaian FA report this?
Exactly, they would just report it. Not usually, when like this actually never happens as well. It never happens. Like it's the first time I actually see them coming out saying that.
But they must have got a report. They must have got. They must have got told by Arsenal that, right? Surely.
Exactly, because you don't know unless parties' agents told them that he's not going to be available. But then at the same time, it's just weird. It's just weird, like because this never happens. Even for the national team, it never happens.
Yeah, I know. Terry said that's the main on the terrace. I know he said that, but that's the main report. I'm just. How is it that the Ghanaian FA have released it? So they must have been told by Arsenal or a player. they told the press that he's out for months. Yet Arsenal haven't released anything, even to refute the claims. It's just strange, man. I mean, no, everyone. If he turns up tomorrow, everyone will forget about this story. But it's just if he is fit and he plays on that right hand side, I would just be telling Rashford to just bomb down that left all day. But even if he's there, if he's not there, he's going to leave spaces. Obviously, there's going to be massive spaces down there right hand side if he plays there. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, I get exactly what you're saying. And someone asked earlier as well. I forgot to star it, but big up to you. It wasn't. They asked me about. They said Mount's injuries. Are they becoming a concern? No, they're not. Because we're a better side without him. We're a more balanced side without him. I no disrespect.
When he's fit.
Yeah, I have much more concern.
The signing is so hard. Oh my God.
Yeah, I have more concerns when he's fit, like because he's giving me more head. That's what, and I don't wish injury on anybody. I'm just saying when he's injured, it's a blessing in disguise. Because I genuinely think he's our fifth best midfielder. And I even rate all our midfielders, but they're better
before
than him.
Amrabat signed.
Yeah, that's before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like yeah. So he's probably like 6.
Kobe Mino's better than him.
Yeah, I'll take. So you got Kobe Mino, you got Casemiro, you got Amrabat, you got Ericsson. Like that's like you got Bruno. Like this guy is just
McTominay's a better balance in that midfield.
Yeah, McTominay adds more balance. Like this guy's 7th.
Without the seventh choice.
Outrageous.
He wears the 7 as well. So
the irony, that is the stock of the definition of irony.
Yeah, half of a decade of that.
The irony. So that's why I know in regards to it, I'm not concerned. It's like me being concerned about Maguire being injured. No, it's not concerned. It's not a concern whatsoever. And the manager Jack, who says the manager signed him, yeah, man, he got it wrong. You know what I'm saying? In that he got it wrong. And managers are gonna make mistakes, and that's just a mistake. I've seen all managers. I've seen better managers than him make mistakes. So he's gonna make mistakes, and that's just one of them.
But Conte refused to sign Maddison so he can play Skipberg.
There you go, man. Mistakes. And Conte is someone who's won major trophies. That tells you all you need to know. He's only had one injury though, so it's hardly like he's always injured. Now, he's saying that about him last year at Chelsea because he had injury problems at Chelsea last year. That's more so.
Pubic bone injury or whatever it was.
Yeah, the injuries, but I said it's more of a concern when he's fit. Yes, it is. It's more of a headache. Flawless, I know you don't rate Shaw, but if he was fit, would you still play him over Reguilon? Two cheeks of the same ass. Whatever, man. Pick one. Flip a coin.
Actually, would you
flip a coin?
With Varane being out, would you move if Shaw was available, would you move Martinez to the right and play Shaw at left centre back?
Probably. It's definitely an option. I'd probably do that.
More of an actual thing if you
I think Shaw's I think Martinez is good enough to adapt to play as a right-sided centre-back. So, probably, if Shaw was fit, would do that, personally, in my opinion. But, to King Yusuf, just before Jez goes and, speaks on this, it's a, what's it called? It's flip a coin. I don't really care. Yeah, go on. Go on, Jez.
I'll be real. Every day, I was just thinking of, Reguilon is a Man United player. And I'm like, imagine you was in a coma in 2020. And you wake up just this year, and you see Man United getting Reguilon. And I remember the saga where I was like, "Fuck, United might get Reguilon." Oh, if I would have woke up,
you think it's 2020? You think it's 2020 again, wouldn't you? Summer 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh my god, Reguilon! It's a United. They got a good player now. Oh shit, I forgot the.
Do you remember
when the last few years?
Do you remember the reason he didn't sign for United is because Real Madrid put in a
buyback clause.
Yeah, buyback after 2 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
If he played well. And that's why United didn't sign him in the first place. And the Spurs fans were going, oh no, what if he bangs, we're going to lose him in 2 years?
Bro, I used to be one of them. I was one of them. I was like, he's dark. Because he was in Sevilla. And I was like, oh my God. And Jacob, I can't lie. I'll be real with you. I don't even think he's okay going forward. I think he's terrible going forward. It's just that he has a cross on him that at least 1 out of 10 times hits, and then there's a good cross and somebody scores off that. I'll be so honest. And then he's erratic as hell. His strongest foot is his left foot, and he's shit on his left foot. How does this make sense? He can't use his right foot. He can't even take a touch on the right. Oh, defensively, he got caught by a 16-year-old. Oh my God. I'm just glad United took him. Even if it's 6 months, I don't give a fuck.
Aren't you worried, Flawless, that I don't think there was, someone can correct me. Aren't you worried that I don't think there's a loan fee, right? Am I right?
I'm not sure. You know what?
I think there was no loan fee.
Yeah, I was so disinterested in the deal. I didn't even look for the details.
Aren't Man United fans worried that this is Daniel Levy, right? Daniel Levy, who would probably charge his mum the birthday card money, that he bought, something like that. Aren't Man United fans worried that Daniel Levy didn't even put just a 1 million fee for the loan? He just said, "Yeah, just go. 6 months."
I don't even think United aren't paying even the full wages. I think we even paying the part of the wages. We just want him out of here.
I know having 100% of wages, but it's not as if. How much is he earning? What? It can't be that high, right?
Because he came from Madrid, I think, or Sevilla. What's it called? United. Jacob was saying United is covering 100% of the wages, but fair enough.
Okay, but Roma are paying all of Lukaku's wages, right? But we still get a fee for him. A loan fee, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And
I know it's regular season, so it is a bit different. But what I'm saying is
but even then, remember you had Joe Felix for 6 months, and you had to pay over 10 mil on the loan fee.
By the way, side note, I will be watching Joe Felix at Barca, and if he flops,
we're gonna have an agenda.
I'm not having any excuses anymore for this guy. I mean, you know what I mean? But yeah, back to regular.
Yeah. And to Ibrahim, just please tell me. Reguilon at least run, sprint. I mean, is he static like Shaw? That guy is not even electric. He's not he's probably faster than Shaw, but it's not like you see a difference. When I see Odogi, I'm like, yo, this is a force going forward. Reguilon's like, yo, this is like that looks like a year 7 trying to play football in the Premier League. Like, bro, the guy is so fast. He's so he's worse than Sessegnon. He's worse than Sessegnon.
Wow.
He's the worst fullback.
Wow.
And I hate Sessegnon. To bits. Like, Tanganga was better at fullback than Reguilon was, and Tanganga is a centre back.
That's amazing.
Like, I'll tell you, Sergio Reguilon is generally, for me, the worst fullback in the league. I don't think there's somebody worse than him. So, thank you, United. Even for 6 months, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, he needed to go. His aura was gonna put on Poro, because him and Poro, they're always the countrymen, so they were always hanging around with each other. I was like, no, Poro, like, get away from these losers, bro. Like, hell no, don't need that. But you know what? One thing I do say is he likes copying celebrations. So, when Kane did like his little celebration, he always used to do it. If Rashford scores, he's gonna be there, just like, yeah, Rash. This is the only positive I can say about him. It's the only positive. So yeah, pray that he doesn't start any games for United.
Glowing endorsement there from Jez.
There you go, people. Tells you all you need to know. But hey, we move. People gonna get behind this shit. So yeah, I to Warrior J, who said about me going through the 5 stages of grief with Reguilon. It wasn't even that. I just went straight to acceptance. Can't know the level he's at. Didn't go through no grief. I knew exactly the level what Reguilon's at, but I've been sound out from when we tried to sign him out. When we got linked him out with any serious vim, I was like, all right, I'll see you lot next year. 2024, 25. I know what the plan is. I know we not serious. And people are like, really? And now people are seeing it. So we'll see. I hope to be proven wrong. I actually, like I've stated before, do like the other signings. Obviously, bar Reguilon on loan, bar Mason Mount. I like the other signings. I really do. But the manager got to get his act together and figure this out expeditiously. You got to figure this out quick. Whatever he's got to do, he's got to figure it out quick.
I do want to say quickly as well, because this just came in my mind. You know how special course in regular done.
Regular done. That's funny.
The word regular is a disrespect for the word regular. Put that with regular. He's not even regular. He's dog shit.
I call him irregular. That's what you should call him.
Irregular, man. Regular done, yo. That's so funny. Regular done. But you lot continue to bump up the likes. Over 140 people in here and only at 71 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Let's get up to 100 likes. Yeah, man. Like, you clearly here enjoying the content. Final few questions. Well, 10-15 minutes. We're gonna close out. So get your questions in. Just keep with Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. And 4 more subscribers, people. Hit the subscribe button. We're at 7,876. We're aiming to get to 7,880. There's over 130 of you lot in here. I'm only asking for 4 subscribers, people. Only 4 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Go follow the Kick as well, because we did kick that off yesterday. So we started doing the live streams on the Kick. There's free live streams over there. So yes, make sure you head over to the Kick, people. No pun intended. And follow the Kick. Download the app for free. Sign up for free. The links underneath in the description of this live stream and every other live stream. And we are on all audio platforms as well, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and this show and all the other shows on the channel will pop up. Oh yeah, and on top of that as well, I am hosting a live show in Liverpool. I need to actually check the date. I think it's Saturday the 9th. This Saturday coming, people. Tickets are cheap. It's a music event. I'm holding it out. I'm co-hosting the event. I will drop the flyer. I need to actually post the flyer on here and the links in the chat, which I will find before we close this show. But yeah, it's in Liverpool, music event. Pull up, people. Cheap tickets. So if you're in Liverpool or close to Liverpool, like Manchester, like myself, pull up, man. I'll be there. Daytime event as well, people. So you can head home and then get whatever done you need to get done. But yeah, I need to actually add it to the StreamYard as well. I'm going to find the links for everything in a sec. But yeah, you lot, man, come pull up, man. Come show love. To V1, big up for the super chat. Says these 8 Ten Hag signings. I disagree. I think they're all Ten Hag signings. Mm-hmm. I think they're all Ten Hag signings.
Even if it's the board who's recommended them, he's approving them.
Okay. All of them.
So here's the point.
All of them.
Here's the point. What do you mean by these 10 Hag signings? I think he wanted every position filled that he bought. Whether you think they're 10 Hag signings or not, Mount is defo a 10 Hag signing. He's one instance for Tess. Onana he's worked with before. Hoyland, there's some like weird agency link or something like that. Amrabat's probably the only one you can't say is like, oh, he's a 10.
That's him. That's him.
No, he actually worked with him.
Oh, okay.
He worked with him.
Yeah,
Everyone he's worked with is him.
It was so long ago. Amrabat actually had hair.
But what is this thing? Listen, this isn't FIFA where the manager signs the player anymore. Okay, he'll go to the board and go, I need this, this, and this. They'll come back and say, are these? Would you be okay with these players? Yeah, sure. Doesn't mean that, like, you know, they're signings that he needs and he wants. You know, just whoever, if they work out, who cares whose signings they are? Even if they don't work out, who cares whose signings they are? They're still at your club. Do you know what I mean? And I think so are you saying then these aren't, if it don't work out, and they don't play well, Ten Hag has no responsibility because they're not his signings, yet he'll trains them every day and picks them for the team, gives tactics out and stuff like that, because that's BS. Total BS.
Yeah.
Total BS.
There is signings. Let's call a spade a spade. There is signings, man. Right, what are we doing? There is signings. He wanted these players. No way he didn't want these players. He wanted these players. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Because if you sign a player and you don't want him, you don't necessarily have to play him. And guess what? If that is the case, let's say on the flip side, he is being given players then. All right, you're at fault then. If you're being given players you don't want, leave. Simple as that.
Does that mean
if you are being given players you don't want, leave. But that's not the case. We all know these are his players.
Does that mean Martinez and Anthony weren't his signings then?
There is signings, you know, two players he just worked with. Like, there is signings. Like, what we doing?
What are we saying here? Come on.
Right,
let's get this right.
Like, there is signings, man. Like, let's cut the shit. Let's cut the shit. That definitely his signings 110%. Like, what we lying for, man? Like, Ten Hag, my guy, but let's stop it. But hey, you lot relax in the chat. I don't know what's going on today. But you lot need to just relax in the chat. Don't maybe just start timing out everybody. If people can't get on, just ignore each other. Simple as that. I'll say it that. Ignore each other. Same way when Ryan was in the comment section, people, I ignored him all the time. You lot can ignore people in the chat. Just ignore each other. Don't make me like having to start time people out, please. Please. I don't want to have to do this. Please don't make me start timing people out. I swear. On my life. You know what I'm saying? You lot just ignore each other. To Jack, who says Ten Hag is another yes man, 4 low signings in a year. Absolute joke. The Glazers love him. He has significantly reduced the wage bill for them too. Here's what I say to that. I don't think he's a yes man. The loan signings is, who would he have not wanted? This is, so you're talking in regards to regular. We needed a new left back, so that makes sense. I don't know what. I know one of them was Sabitzer, one of them was Veghorst. I'm not sure.
Oh, Amrabat's alone, isn't he? Amrabat's alone.
Yeah. So Amrabat was someone who we clearly wanted. There's no way he went and said, "Go get me Amrabat on loan." So yeah, I wouldn't say he's a yes man. In regards to him reducing the wage bill, that's a good thing. That's not with the Glazers. He got rid of players we don't rate. Yeah. Wait, Jack, who have Manchester United sold who we should have kept? That's why I don't get when I say criticize him fairly, man. People be doing too much. Who did we? There's none of these players we've sold. When you say, reduce the wage bill, that's a great thing. That's good for the club.
Yep.
That's good for the club. That's good for players. That's good for everybody involved. Move these players on. Like, what are we talking about? I don't care. What are we talking? Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? Please, like, I really don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk to Tony. I didn't see it, but all I'm saying is don't communicate with each other then. If you lot, you won't get timed out if you lot don't at each other. Simple as that. Because I will just time out everybody involved and I don't care about anything else. So yeah, I will not ask no questions. I'll time anything. Don't at each other. If you lot don't communicate, then there's no issues. Just don't communicate. That's it. More money for the Glazers. We replaced Greenwood, Ronaldo, Cavani. You're on 825k a week with Hoyland 80k a week. All right, so that's good for the squad though. Greenwood left for obvious reasons. Ronaldo wasn't good enough. Cavani wasn't good enough. Are you saying we should have kept Ronaldo and Cavani? No. You know what I'm saying? Just don't say anything. Tell me, what did I just say to you? Don't say anything. Black Diamond, Black Diamond, don't say anything else to each other. I'll time you both out. Can't believe, feel like I'm in school. Don't say anything.
What's going on?
Tommy, I legit
Go
just
to the
said,
corner.
don't say anything to each other. Black Diamond, don't say nothing to him. You lot ignore each other. I'm timing you both out. And that's everyone else. I see anybody else beefing, you getting timed out, mother or not. I know you well or not. Not here to do this. How can me, Surfer, and Jez be on stream and we'll run bants and jokes about each other's teams and we cool, but you lot can't? Don't at each other. Simple as that. No need for you lot to at each other. Simple. Let's bump up the likes, though, people. Let's bump up the likes. Yeah, that's cool. Like I say, Tommy, just don't at each other. Then that way, there's no issues. Then no one don't get time out. Yo, pals, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Having to tell people off. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Feel like I'm back in my younger years, having to look after my cousins, separating them. All right, my bad, Black Diamond. All right, fair. I missed that. So Jack, who says, by actually quality players instead of mid players, we have bought Mount and Hoyland, who I doubt would score more goals than our academy players. Hoyland should have been the backup guy. So say that then. You're doing too much. That's enough to see that. This is the prime example of what I'm talking about. V1, big up to the super chat. This is too much with your criticism. This is fair. If you would have just said this from the start, I would have said nothing, but you had to talk about, him lowering the wage bill and doing that for the Glazers. No, he got rid of players you don't rate, I don't rate, and the general consensus need to go. Ronaldo and Cavani had to leave. Like, what we talking about here? In terms of buying actual quality players, I hear that. Mount, I hear that. Hoyland, I'm not going to call mid yet because I need to see more of him. I think it's unfair to call someone you haven't watched week in, week out mid. I think that's extremely harsh to say so. Like, you can say you don't like his profile, you can say you don't think he's going to be a success, but to call him mid when you've not watched him week in, week out is unfair. I think it's very unfair. Whereas Mount, you can definitely call him mid because we've watched him week in, week out. That's fair. But unless you're a Jez, unless you're a Kaneki, unless you're a Strasbourg Steve who's watching out of the Premier League week in, week out, I think it's unfair to call anyone mid because you're not sat down watching Atalanta versus Lecce. You're not. Like, let's call this every weekend. You're not watching them at home to Palmero. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? You ain't watching them in, you know what I'm saying? In, like, that's not. Yeah, I hear you, man. I get what you're saying. I get that you're pissed off, Jack. I get it. I'm annoyed too. We are buying players who wouldn't start for City. I hear you. Or even bench for them. How are we going to close the gap? I hear that. Hoyland might, though. We got to give Hoyland a chance. You can't say that about Hoyland. I hear you. I hear you. And we're going to get things wrong. Same way they signed Calvin Phillips. Like, that's all it is. Yeah. First, yeah, it's all cool out of context because I didn't see the full thing in it. So I was just saying, just to squash it all in it. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you lot can't get on, just don't at each other, and we just keep it. Stepping. But yeah, Jack, I hear why you're frustrated. Yeah, go on, Surfer, go on.
Just to respond to that thing, we're buying players that City wouldn't get. I don't even have City in your minds at this moment. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
As a team, you're not good enough. You haven't built up a reputation. You haven't built up a platform. You don't have the ground to challenge City. You've got to get good yourself. You've got to have stability and at least at least a couple of seasons of you like finishing well in the league and reducing the points gap before you even think about City. Don't worry about what players they're getting. They're always going to get quality players. There's still a market where you can get quality players. Your scouting's got to be better. I mean, to put the work in a lot earlier. You know what I mean? It's not. City aren't going to be. Listen.
Oh shit.
City are building a dynasty. Like the only other team to do it is Manchester United. Okay, the only other team to do it. City are the only team, but dynasties come to an end. Thanks. So what do you do in the meantime? Make yourself the team that's ready to take over that dynasty.
Yes.
That's what you do.
Yes.
So when City start to falter, you capitalise and beat them.
Right.
Arsenal haven't. And by the way, City are not faltering anytime soon. But what I'm saying is, it's like, if Pep goes, there is bound to be some type of drop off because it's Pep, right? It's just Pep, and so be that team to build up. And are you going to back Ten Hag or not? Even if the Glazers stay, it's a point of okay, we've got to be a bit more strategic on who we buy.
Yeah,
that's all. Like Holland's got to work out Amrabat. So what's the plan after Casemiro and Amrabat go? Is it Kobe Mino? Is it him? Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean.
I don't know with Manchester United, innit? He seems to be
It's-
like good, but you never know you never know with Manchester United. You never know. That's you never know with Manchester United. And yeah, LFC for the double. I'm fully like, I ain't even saying Hoyland's the answer, he's this and he's that. I'm gonna just give him a chance to at least fail. Like, I'm gonna give him a chance.
Played a game yet. It's not even how many minutes. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm gonna give him a chance to the point where it's kind of like it is. Is this thing worked over the screen? Let me see if this. Oh, is it just on the background? Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
But this is
Yeah,
the
go on,
thing,
carry
though,
on, carry on, fam, carry on.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Like you said, like the moment he gets the pitch, the target is literally on him because he's expected to perform straight away, and it's tough because people got to remember he's only 19, I think.
He's young. I think he's 20, 21.
So he's young. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, he's a professional footballer in it, and you came in for a big price tag, so you have to perform to a certain level in it, and you play for Man United. But in the same time, it's a shitty situation. The fact that you guys don't even have at least a second striker, where like, okay, if the guy doesn't perform, just take him out. It's gonna be a difficult season for him. I feel like.
Like, and that's it. Of course, that's why I'm not expecting him to set the world alight. I'm fully aware of where we're at. And Ibrahim, you says yes, we know this. Man said City buy better players because they run properly. We have Glazers and Murto Madness running. We know this, Ibrahim. Who doesn't know this? I don't get the point you are trying to make by making that comment. We all know.
I think it might be addressed to me that what I just said.
Is it? Well, I think everybody knows, but like, what's the point? You know that though. We all know that. Everyone is fully aware of the issues Manchester United have in terms of our hierarchy. Everyone knows that ownership is a problem. Like, what are we doing here?
Why do you guys think rival fans on Twitter are going on spaces celebrating the fact that United apparently not getting taken over now?
Yeah, like, of course, like, I don't get this. Like, people will say, "Oh, well, United have." Yes, we're fully aware of the issues Manchester United have. This is not. No, but it's not. The thing is, you can still do good business under the Glazers because we've been successful under them. That's why I don't like. Is that's used as an excuse to just be terrible. Like, Mount is not on the Glazers. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Mount isn't on the Glazers. You know what I'm saying? And that's not Reguilon's not on the Glazers. Why could I ask for someone better? He could have went and got an unknown player on loan. Could have asked for that. I went and signed someone who probably would have been cheaper in wage. So that's what it is. He could have went and signed somebody better than Mount. Because we watched him last season sign Casemiro. We just got Amrabat. So he's more than capable. We got Eriksen on the free. Like, so we signed Martinez. We signed Varane. Like, we signed quality players underneath this ownership before. Like, let's not act like, oh, you can't go get it. We signed Malacia for 12 M's. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we talking about? So you can definitely go, you definitely can do business. But hey, we move. You know what I'm saying? We move. Yeah. Relying on a kid like Hoyland to have to come in and try save this attack because the other big money flopper attacker, Sancho Anthony, who had a year, will get less criticism. Depends who you're talking to, LFC for the double. It depends who. I won't definitely not be criticizing. Hoyland must be horrific for me to be criticizing him heavily. He's got to be horrific in his first season. Like, he's got to be dropping like 1 out and 2 out of 10s.
So
for me to go, it's absolutely horrific. He has to be Richarlison.
Yeah, I was literally about to say.
He has to be like, where I'm like, he's not doing anything right. Like, he's not making no runs. He's not holding the ball up. He's just having barely any touches. Every shot is wide. His first touch is awful. He's not strong. He's not quick. Like, he just must be horrific. Like I said, for me to write him off after one season. Like, second season, I'll expect more from him. But first season, it's not. Yeah, good ownership allows a manager to make mistakes and recover from them. That's true, Haldane. And people don't take that into consideration. But hey, still try and limit the mistakes. But we do indeed move. We do. Well, see what else you lot saying in the chat before we close out. Still only at 78 likes. What is going on? Oh yeah, and the show I was talking about the show at Liverpool, the show in Liverpool. Sorry, people. Let me drop the actual link in the chat. Tickets are cheap. 1 second. Why can't I find the ticket link? What is going on? Let me pull it back up. Bear with me, people. And I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Flawless, why the media not reporting on the Malacia injury? I have no idea because he got injured early, like in preseason, and then there was nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of like sure. There's been no report. There's been no, oh, he's back in X. There's been nothing.
I'm telling you, it's the Arsenal doctor. He's not telling the truth.
There's been nothing. Man said it's the Arsenal doctor, you know. You crazy, fam. Like, there's been nothing. Why is this? It's that. Okay, boom. Let me drop it here. Boom.
Yo,
Boom.
CSI VP, Ferguson is 18 years old and got a hat trick today. So Højlund being young should not be a negative. Of course, we're not saying being a young player doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to affect the game. But just because Ferguson is 18 and scoring hat tricks in the league doesn't mean that every other 18-year-old is expected to do the same. It doesn't work like that. And let's be honest, like Ferguson is in a more settled system than Man United is right now. I feel like they have a way of playing where everybody knows what their role is. Everybody's performing to a certain level. Yes, they got beaten by West Ham, but they still play. They still play as a coherent side. United don't even look like a United look like 11 random players who picked up from the streets and play for Manchester United Football Club. And everybody is just a different level of mid outside from Rashford, Casemiro, and Varane, and Martinez. So it's yes, we shouldn't use Asian excuse, but let's don't say it's normal for an 18-year-old to be in the Premier League scoring hat tricks. It's not normal.
And I'm going to get to that as well. But yeah, like I said, yes, this is the link for the show, people. So it's Saturday, September the 9th in Liverpool, people. It's a daytime event. I'm co-hosting, music acts on there. So, come pull up, people. You know what I'm saying? Come fucks with the show. Like I say, tickets are cheap. So go check it out. Get your tickets if you're in Liverpool in particular. But if you're anywhere close by, if you're anywhere in North, even if you're anywhere in Midlands or Yorkshire, you're not far. You're at least an hour away on train, which is not far. So if you're in the North, anywhere in North, you're in Yorkshire or you're in Midlands, pull up, man. This Saturday coming, people. September the 9th. Come support, man. You lot say you fuck with me. Come out to the show, man. It'll be good to see some of you lot there. And we can chop up about some football stuff too. No matter if you support United or whoever else. So I'm going to be promoting this all week. So yeah, like I said, I'm co-hosting as well. So that's something else outside of this that you lot know that I do anyway. Well, some of you lot will know. Not everybody knows who's currently watching this or listening to this. So yeah, Saturday, September the 9th, it's in Liverpool. All the details, it's on that link. So click the link right now. Check it out, people. Get your tickets, man. Get your tickets. Come pull up. It's going to be a good event as well. Trust me, it's gonna be a vibe. So whenever I lied to you lot before, and I'm hosting, so you know what you're gonna get in regards to just that as well. We're just back to man talking about Ferguson and what I only echo what Jess said in regards to Ferguson. Like being an 18, 19-year-old scoring hat tricks is not the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the norm. Bear in mind, and I've said it before and I say it again, the expectation at Brighton is nowhere near the expectation at Manchester United. Højlund is under much more pressure than Evan Ferguson. If Ferguson scored 10 goals this season, no one's really batting an eyelid. If Højlund only scores 10 Premier League goals this season, guess what? It's a conversation. People are going to talk about it. Oh, was he worth the money, etc., etc. People got to stop comparing. Don't compare Brighton players to Manchester United players in terms of expectation. Now, you compare them in terms of level, cool. But let's not act like the expectation is the same of both of these. Let's not. Like, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I said Ferguson he scored every half chance he got. Let's not do that because one of them was a deflection. The second one was a good finish. I give him that. Actually, the first two, both of them were good finishes, but the third one was a deflection.
The first one, yeah, it was a goalkeeper mistake, really.
Yeah, that's it. He took advantage of that, so I give him his props for that. Yeah, but let's not act like again. I don't know why Ferguson is not the bar for Manchester United. I'm sorry. Same way Matoma's not. Because if Rashford would have put in the performance Matoma put in today, you lot would complain. Because Matoma wasn't good today.
He wasn't good today.
Matoma wasn't good today, people. But guess what? Because Brighton won, people are not going to mention it. But Manchester United beat Nottingham Forest. Rashford don't play well. Has a hand in all 3 goals, by the way, and people complain. Matoma wasn't good today. At best, he was a 6. He was a 6 out of 10. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. And that's the point that I'm making. The expectation level is different. If he puts in that performance in the United shirt, he gets criticized today. But because they won 3-0, people are going to be like, it's Matoma. What are we talking about, man? Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, Samson, yeah, people just gotta keep it in proportion that the expectation level's not the same. So don't be like, oh well, Ferguson does all right for because when Ferguson plays poorly, no one's mentioning it.
Oh yeah,
He
like
plays
then
average, no one's mentioning
like
it.
when Ferguson doesn't play well, the Zobby just drops him for Welbeck.
Yeah, like let's not do this.
Let me tell you right now. You think now when he plays, he's going to get more attention with defences? You damn Skippy is going to get more attention, which means he's going to be tightly marked and not getting near enough space as he would have done today. Because I don't think Newcastle knew about Ferguson, but not that much about him in terms of like he could shoot from that range and stuff like that.
There's barely any data when you really look at it. I think he only played like 13 Premier League games last season.
But it's like, any striker that comes into any of the top 6 teams, they'll be marked no matter how good you think they are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No matter how good you think they are. Like Jackson will be marked out of the game or heavily marked, even if you don't think he's that good, just because it's a top 6 team. I'll tell you right now, if Ferguson was playing for any of our teams, he would not have that much ring today whatsoever. Just wouldn't.
Yeah. And to Danish Valdini says flawless if Manchester United beat Newcastle 3-0 though. I don't think too many people would focus on Rashford if he had a performance. Rashford got 30 goals across all competitions last season and people still focus on his performance. So what are we talking about? What I'm just saying, people, he scored 30 goals across all competitions.
Yeah.
I think he had like 11, I think it was maybe 11, 12 assists. So he had 40 GNA over all competitions last season, and people still criticized him. So you don't think he'll get criticized in a 3-0 win against Newcastle if he put in an average performance? Of course he would. Man could walk on, Rashford legit could walk on water and get criticized.
Bro, he helps. He fed kids.
He fed kids. And people still criticize. Oh, it's a PR move. It's a PR move. Man, I got criticized, man. Word to the brilliant.
What's he done for me on the pitch?
Word to the brilliant idiots. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man could literally, like I say, walk on water. Man will say, oh, you just skipped across it. You know what I'm saying? And that puddle wasn't that deep. Like, legit. And I'm not even Rashford's biggest fan. Like, he does need to improve, but the criticism of him is so over the top. It's outrageous, the criticism he receives. He's held to Mbappe levels, but then people will tell you he's not better than Matoma. Make it make sense. He's held to Kylian Mbappe levels, but then people will say, oh, he's not top 5 winger in the Premier League. So which one is it? Like I said, man could literally feed, you know what I'm saying, feed 1,000 with a loaf of bread. Man will say, oh, it's not Warburns. You know what I'm saying? like for real, the Warburns.
Why didn't he use brioche?
Yeah.
Why didn't you use brioche bread?
So to Danish Maldini, to answer your question, yes, he would get focused on. Like I said, he scored over 40. He got over 40 GNA and is called a purple patch merchant by some. Oh, he's not that good. Oh, he only scores in purple patches. Right? I don't even check the new comments. Somebody's already said that already. In the comments, somebody said that. Not that good. Purple patch merchant, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, man, like, the level of expectation, but let Matoma score 40 GNA with the same amount of performance. Top class, get him to a club. Get him to Manchester United.
He's the best winger in the world.
Hey. You know what I'm saying? But he was bang average today, but people ain't talking about it. He was bang average today. I watched the game. He wasn't bad. He was just average. Go on.
Do you know he got an assist for the Ferguson third goal? He passed it 2 or 3 yards.
Oh, you got an assist? Oh, shit, that's from my FPL.
It's on there. It's on because I got the timer on the team.
Oh, I'll take the...
Goes down as assist right there.
That's crazy. See, and Dennis Maldini says Rashford had 40 GNA. What? I didn't know that. Exactly, because people ain't gonna mention that. Let Matoma have that. Matoma puts up that. You're not hearing nothing about purple patch, about when he scored the goals, etc. It's just, he's top class. He needs to be at United, or he needs to be at Chelsea, or he needs to be at Spurs, or Liverpool, or Arsenal, or a big European club. Like, what are we talking about? And to Bandit said, hey, it's true though. Purple patch, he's the only player that will get accused of that. He's the only player that will do that. Like, players don't go through good and bad forms. See what I'm saying? See, this is before I even seen the comments. Goals are everything. No, Rashford, when he doesn't score, is shocking. Just like CR7 second spell. My prime example. Like, vast majority, like 99.9% of wingers are not like that.
Well, did you guys see Martinelli for these couple of weeks?
Most wingers when not scoring are average. To Jack who says Matoma has good games when he didn't score, he didn't have one today.
Oh, he was average. I'll be honest.
He didn't have one today.
I'll be honest. The games this season that he hasn't had a GA, I don't think he has been looking great. To be honest, he's been okay. He's been okay.
He didn't do well against West Ham, I don't think.
Yeah, didn't do well. So that's 2 in a row. He didn't do well against West Ham. He didn't do well today. He didn't play. When I say today, people, I thought he was just okay today. He didn't play well.
It's not like awful. Like not awful, but like again, it's just that's the point. Like, but nobody's really gonna talk about it. It's just simple as that.
You know why no one's gonna talk about it? Because he's at Brighton.
Exactly. Like I see the wave now with Kulusevski. How everybody's clocking. Yo, I think I saw last week. Somebody said, when was the last time Kulusevski had a good game? And this was a Chelsea fan tweeting. Like, nobody's tweeting about Mitoma. No Chelsea fans talking about Mitoma. Oh, when was the last time Mitoma had a good game? Come on, man. It's a different level here.
All right, we go close out this show, people. Big up to everyone that's tapped in. What we got coming up today, of course, Arsenal versus Manchester United. That watch along will be going on. So we'll start here on the YouTube. No, 4 p.m. kickoff, people. 4 p.m. You and Ahmed asking about, yo, let me on the United watch alongs. Absolutely not. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. start. 4:30 p.m. kickoff, and then the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on the YouTube as well, people. And we'll be answering all your sporting questions. I'm sure the vast majority will be about what happened in the Arsenal Manchester United game as well, people.
It's nil-nil stinker.
Even if it's a nil-nil stinker, people will still complain. You know what I'm saying? People still like it is what it is. Like, see, Jack said here, Rashford won't have a Europa League to stat pad now. Do it against the big boys in the Champions League. But hey, like I said, if Matoma had his GNA, you're not hearing that. Just saying. If Matoma had Rashford's numbers, you're not hearing that. You're not hearing the detailed criticism of him. Nothing. Brighton are in Europa League, right?
Yes.
Let Matoma light up the Europa League. There will be no mention of him stat padding in that. But people will tell you that Matoma is better than Rashford.
He's gone up another level. He's now doing it in Europe. He can do it for any team.
Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, people. Levels of expectation is different. Because if Matoma is the top goal scorer and Brighton win that, he'll get hailed. Rashford, it's stat padded. Okay.
Well, I expect Rashford to do that. I should do that all the time.
We've seen Rashford. I don't want to really go into that too much, but we've seen Rashford in the Champions League. He has we've seen him do it in the Champions League in terms of coming up at least. PSG moment, twice actually, because I remember that Saper kit. I think he scored there one time if they go away at the. Yeah, like Rashford had a couple of Champions League moments. So
like the hat trick against it was Leipzig, I think. So yeah, he has moments. Yeah, but again,
you might not want to talk about Harry Kane. Harry Kane doesn't have a knockout goal in the Champions League.
Very uncomfortable conversations, man. And yes, Shameless FC, yes, Warrior J will be going on. I believe it's 10:15 p.m. 10:15 p.m. So that'll be back on Lewis's channel. But don't forget, like I said, we are available on all audio platforms, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and this show and all the other shows on the channel will pop up. So if you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're at work, you may be on your way to work, you may be on a run, like my guy who was in Melbourne. Maybe you're at the gym, whatever the case may be.
When says on the run, he doesn't mean escaping law.
Yeah, he was actually on his morning jog. That's what he said. He said morning jog. Yeah. So SoundCloud hit us with a follow. Spotify, all you Spotify users, everyone who's got an Android phone using Spotify, follow Sarcasm City TV there and 5-star us. And same to all you iPhone users. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, 5-star us on there. How many ratings we got? We got like 4 ratings, 4 or 5. No, we got 4 5-star ratings on the Spotify, 1 on the iTunes. So it's a great start, but we need to kick on. So that's what we need to do.
That Spotify exclusive deal.
That's exactly what we need. Yes, people. That's why I be pushing out these audio platforms. And if there is an audio site that you listen on that the shows are not on, let me know, and I will upload the RSS feed to said platform, people. But I know they're the main ones that people use.
Podcast in my kitchen anymore. Let's do it in the studio. Let's
do
this.
We try to get the big studio with like the big TV on the screen and that. You know what I'm saying?
With headphones like that. Proper
facts, man. We want to do this professional thing rather than StreamYard and stuff, people. But we move.
I can do the washing up at the same time.
guy, you're a joke, man. But yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. Let me see who's still live. I think Alam might still be live. If he's not, I'll just send you lot to the watch along tomorrow. Hold up 1 second. Is he still live? I'll have a look here. I think he is. It says he's still live. I don't know if he is. But anyway, we'll send you over there because that's Alam's. He's got obviously an NBA channel, but an NFL channel as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone supporting. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham show. Man United, Ballers at the Bridge. Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up. I catch you lot for the Arsenal Manchester United game.